Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station, and we're going to continue with our nighttime doubleheader, which is moving towards early Saturday morning. If you weren't with us for Game 1 between the Mets and the Dodgers, I suggest you check it out. It's a fun game, entertaining game, and we'll continue our 1977 retro replay, and this time it's the Boston Red Sox turn. The Red Sox currently sit at 23 wins, 5 losses. They're in first place, I believe a game and a half in front of the Yankees. They'll be playing in Seattle against the Mariners, who are 14-22. Retro time. It is May 14th, 1977, and yes, I did load a picture of the Kingdom. So in this 1977 retro replay, we'll be playing as the Mets in the National League and the Boston Red Sox in the American. For the first place Eastern Division Boston Red Sox, the lineup: Rick Burleson batting first, playing shortstop. Bernie Carbo gets the start in right field. He's batting second. Captain Carl Yastrzemski's in left field, batting third. Jim Rice, the designated hitter, batting cleanup. Batting fifth, doing the catching, Carlton Fisk. Batting sixth in center field, Freddie Lynn. Batting seventh at first base, George the Boomer Scott. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Butch Hobson. Batting ninth, playing second base, Denny Doyle. For the hometown Seattle Mariners, leading off the designated hitter, Collins. Batting second, the shortstop, Reynolds. Batting third, the left fielder, Braun. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Meyer. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Stein. Batting sixth, playing center field, Rupert Jones. Batting seventh, doing the catching, Stinson. Batting eighth, in right field, Smith. Batting ninth, the second baseman, Milbourne. Clinton Parks has joined us in the chat, and he says, "Oh, I figured out my Rick Miller health question. He and Bernie Carbo platooned in right field. I have Bernie Carbo starting tonight because he's been in Fuego. And he's actually had a very good defensive year in right. So, Evans had a down year in right field that year. Alright, so Rick Burleson will come up. He's the leadoff hitter. On the mound for the Seattle Mariners, Stan Thomas. And he's 1-5 in the retro replay, 6.95 earned run average. In actuality, 2-6 with a 6.02. Behind the plate is Bob Stinson, 6 out of 10 defensive catching abilities, average arm of 5. Stein's at third, above average range. Reynolds, pretty good at short, 7 out of 10. Milbourne, excellent at second, 8 out of 10. And Meyer, 7 out of 10 at first. So that's a solid defensive infield. In the outfield, Braun's in left field, 6 out of 10 range with a 7 arm. Jones in center, 9 out of 10 range with a 7 arm. And Smith, the worst of the lot, in right field, 2 out of 10 range, but he does have an above average arm, 6 out of 10. So Rick Burleson will be leading it off. He has an 8-game hitting streak. The Rooster has been crowing for a .362 batting average with 7 RBIs. In reality, for the year, in 1977, he batted .293, 3 homers, 52 runs batted in. Thomas on the mound, as you can see, walks a lot of batters. So Burleson will be taking. Stinson sets the target. Here's the pitch by Thomas. Strike one. The Rooster steps back in the box. Stinson sets the target. Here's the pitch to Burleson. Ground ball to Milbourne. He backhands it and throws to Meyer at first. 1 down. Wow, they're playing a shift on Carbo. Holy cow. That's the first time I've ever seen that. That's hilarious. So you can see Milbourne is way over here now. Normally he was over here. That's pretty funny. I'm looking to see, it says infield normal, but definitely looks like he shifted. So here comes Bernie Carbo. He's batting 358 in the retro replay. 6 home runs, 14 RBIs. In actuality, 289, 15 home runs, and 34 RBIs. Carbo has an excellent eye. Thomas gets the sign from Stinson. He deals to Carbo, and Carbo walks. So he was in a shift. Milbourne was in a shift, because now he's moved over here. That's the first time I've ever seen that. They don't really indicate it, but he did move over in the shift. That's pretty cool, Clinton. They say he was normal, but he did move to a shift. You can see where Milbourne is now. So 1 out, 1 on. Here comes Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz batting .355, 7 home runs, 28 RBIs. In actuality, 296, 28 homers, 102 runs driven in. And Thomas gives up a .327 batting average to left-handed batters. Thomas looks to first. Meyer holding Carbo on. Here's the pitch to Yastrzemski. Yaz swings, and that is a pop-up. Reynolds at short. Out number 2. Jim Rice comes to the plate. 2 outs. Carbo at first. He'll be off on contact. Thomas gets the sign from Stinson. He deals to Rice. Rice sends that ball to center field. Rupert Jones comes in, makes the catch, side retired. For the bottom of the first, no score here at the Kingdome. On the mound for the Boston Red Sox, Bill Lee. Retro replay 3-1, 4.71 earned run average. In actuality, 9-5 with a save, 4.43. Behind the plate, the excellent Carlton Fisk. Hobson, they have him average at third. He's awful. And then Burleson's very good at short, 8 out of 10. Doyle average at second. Scott outstanding at first. Yastrzemski, 10 out of 10 range, 8 out of 10 arm in left. Lynn, 8 out of 10 range, 5 out of 10 arm in center. And Carbo is absolutely outstanding in right field at 77. 8 out of 10 range, 9 out of 10 arm. At the plate for the Mariners, Dave Collins, batting .309, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. He's off to a hot start. In actuality, .239, 5 homers, 28 runs driven in. Switch hitter batting right-handed off the left-handed throwing Bill Lee, Lee's ready to work. He deals to Collins. Collins puts the bunt down, and he's going to have an infield hit. Hobson does not even make a play on it. Comes Craig Reynolds. He's also a 10 out of 10 bunter. I didn't play my corners in. I rolled the dice, and Collins dropped one down for a single. Eric from Higher Ground Gaming has joined us in the chat. How are you, my friend? Check out Higher Ground Gaming with Eric, Mr. Brody, and Miss Mags. He says, looks like the 78 Sox would beat this. He says it looks like the 77 Sox would beat the 78 Sox. You never know. I like the 77 team. I've been pretty lucky with the pitching so far. So, leadoff runner on, Reynolds at the plate, corners in, Scott in at first, Hobson in at third. Here's the pitch to Reynolds. And that's a shot to center. Lynn plays it on a hop. First and second, no outs. Number 3 batter for Seattle. Steve Braun comes to the plate. 276, 1 home run, 16 RBIs. In actuality, 235. 5 homers, 31 runs batted in. Yes, as Eric from Higher Ground Gaming says, the Kingdome was such an awful stadium. It sure was. I loaded this picture up. I think it was Mark Forsberg goes, "Where's the Kingdome?" Last game, I like Safeco Field, so I had Safeco Field. But I found this picture. It works. See, even this picture, it's kind of off angle a little bit. But this is the best one I could find. Alright, 2 on, no outs. Braun's up. Red Sox hope to turn 2 up the middle with Burleson and Doyle. He's another good bunter, 7 out of 10. We're going to play our infield normal, though. Lee gets the sign from Fisk. He deals to Braun. And he strikes him out. Called strike 3, slider. And here comes Dan Meyer. Meyer batting .290, 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in. In actuality, .273, 22 home runs, 90 runs driven in. Burleson Doyle looking to turn 2 up the middle. Lefty-lefty matchup. Myers batted .256. In actuality, off left-handed pitching. Lee kicks and fires. Meyer sends a fly ball to right field. Carvo going back at the track, makes the catch. There's the throw, and it's cut off by Doyle. Collins advances to third on the tag up, so runners on the corners, 2 outs, and here comes Bill Stein. Stein batting .236, 5 home runs, 13 runs batted in. In actuality, .259, 13 home runs, 67 runs batted in. Looking to give the Mariners an early lead here in the bottom of the first. 2 outs, 2 on. Here's the pitch to Stein. Ground ball to Hobson, and he boots it. 1-0. Mariners. That is not an odd occurrence for Butch Hobson to butcher a ball at third. So Lee should have been out of the inning, but the E5 gives the Mariners the 1-0 lead. And that will bring up a very dangerous batter, Rupert Jones. Jones batting .265, 7 home runs, 17 RBIs. In actuality, .263, 24 home runs, 76 RBIs. One swing of the bat, he could put the Mariners up by 4. Struggles against left-handed pitching, though, 201 in actuality. Fisk wiggles the fingers. The spaceman nods his head. Here's the pitch to Jones. Ground ball to Burleson. Backhands. Throws to Scott. It's going to be a... And they just get him! What a stretch by the Boomer. Side retired. Nice play all around by Burleson and Scott. We go to the top of the second. The Mariners with a 1-0 lead. Let's go to the chat real quick. Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, remember to check out his channel, and also check out Clinton Parks. Eric says the turf looks like that turf you get with the office putting green. It sure does. And he says, again, Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, Hobson's still the same through 77 and 78. LOL. Yeah, he was not a good fielder. So due up for the Red Sox, Fisk, Lynn, and Scott. Fisk batting .320, 6 home runs, 25 RBIs. In actuality, .315, 26 home runs, 102 RBIs. Thomas ready to work. He deals to Pudge. Fisk swings, and that's a shot. That's going to be a double off the wall. So a leadoff double by Fisk, and here come the Red Sox, and here comes Freddie Lynn. Freddie Lynn back on the team after an injury. Came back on May 14th, I believe, May 13th, I believe, was his first game back. he's 2 for 5 with a home run and 4 runs batted in. He announced his presence with authority in that game. Batting .400, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. In actuality, Lynn, a big down year. I believe he struggled through injuries. .260, 18 home runs, 76 RBIs. Fisk at second. Tying run. Here's the pitch to Lynn. Lynn swings, pop up, foul territory. Meyer gives chase, and he will run out of room. Counts now no balls, 2 strikes. Stinson sets the target. Here's the pitch by Thomas. Lynn swings, and that is a line drive base hit. Drops in front of Rupert Jones. Fisk has a 43% chance of scoring. He shall be held at third. Throw goes into the cutoff man, so runners on the corners. No outs, and here comes the Boomer, George, the Boomer Scott, batting .208, 7 home runs, 22 runs driven in. In actuality, .269, 33 home runs, 95 runs driven in. The 1977 Red Sox could mash the ball, and if they had any pitching, would have easily won the division. No outs, 2 on. Thomas deals to Scott. Ground ball to Milbourne, and that gets by him. Fisk scores 1-1. Lane advances to third. So the Boomer and RBI single, runners again at the corners, and here comes Butch Hobson. Needs to make amends for his error that led to the Seattle Mariner run in the bottom of the first. Hobson .217, 7 home runs, 23 runs driven in. Hobson in actuality pretty much batted 9th in this lineup. I have him at 8th, and he batted .265. He had 30 home runs out of the 9th spot and 112 runs batted in actuality. Again, if the Red Sox had any pitching in '77, would have easily won the division. Stinson pounds the mitt, sets the target. Here's the pitch by Thomas. Hobson swings, and that's a foul ball. I know it looks like a home run. It's a foul ball. That's a glitch in the game. The count's no balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, no outs. Thomas kicks and fires. Hobson swings, and he's going to get a base hit. Lynn scores from third. It's 2-1 Red Sox. So no one's been retired yet. And here comes the number 9 batter, Denny Doyle. Red Sox second baseman, .229, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Doyle in actuality, .240, 2 home runs, 49 RBIs. So he's already equaled his home run total. Jerry Remy would replace Doyle at second base in 1978. And we're going to have him sacrifice bunt. Here's the pitch. There's the bunt. The play goes to first. Milbourne covers. 1 away. Scott goes to third. Hobson goes to second. Now bring up the rooster. Rick Burleson. He's 0 for 1. Thomas looks in at Stinson. Nods his head. He deals to Burleson. It's a fly ball, foul territory. Stein really giving chase. And he makes the catch! Holy cow! What a catch by Stein! Covered a lot of ground. 2 down. Wow! Here comes Bernie Carbo, and I just want to point out once again, you can see, even though you don't see it here, Milbourne has shifted to the right. Pay attention. Milbourne has shifted to the right, that's new. They don't tell you he shifted, but he has shifted to the right. So let's look at that replay. Here's another new thing for Action PC Baseball 2018. We can go to the video replay. So there's Burleson fouling the ball, and you can see Stinson giving chase and making that great catch into the stands. down the third baseline. And again, you can see Milbourne is now shifted right. Carbo walked his first time up. Chance to knock in 2 ducks out on that pond. Scott's at third, Hobson's at first. And you can see Reynolds is also shifted over. So they're in a shift against Carbo. Here's the pitch to Bernie. Carbo swings and he sends that ball deep to right, but Smith is there, side retired. He just missed that one. Go to the bottom of the second, 2-1 Red Sox, due up for the Mariners. Stinson, Smith, and Milbourne. So that shift is something new. That's pretty cool. Eric from Higher Ground Gaming says, oh yeah, I haven't noticed the shift. This is the first time, but I don't think I can do it. Watch. It goes normal, third in, halfway, corners, infield in, guard, normal. Box score. Maybe it does it automatic, Eric, but that's pretty cool. So Bildy's ready. He deals to Stinson. Fly ball to center field. Lynn is there, makes the catch one way. Here comes Tommy Smith, who made the catch on the Bernie Carbo fly ball to deep right to end the top of the second. Smith, 500, no home runs, no RBIs. In actuality, batted .259, 4 RBIs. Lefty-lefty matchup. The big leg kick by Lee. He delivers to Smith. Fly ball to center field, deep. Lynn goes back and makes the catch right in front of the wall. 2 down. Lee's playing with some fire here. So 2 outs, no one on. Here comes Larry Milbourne, .250, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. Actuality, .219, 2 home runs, 21 RBIs. Lee looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Fisk sets the target. Here's the pitch to Milbourne. Fly ball to left. Yastrzemski racing towards the line. He makes the catch, side retired. Go to the top of the third, 2-1 Red Sox, 2 up for Boston. Yastrzemski, Rice, and Fisk. Eric in the chat from Higher Ground Gaming. Remember, check out Higher Ground Gaming as well as Clinton Parks, both wonderful channels. Eric from Higher Ground Gaming says, they should let you do it too if the computer can. I agree. I agree. I don't know if they do it on and here, again, I think that's normal. I don't think that's a shift. Here comes Yastrzemski. Captain Carl, he is 0 for 1. He awaits the Thomas offering. Here it is. Yeah, swings, and he lines out to Thomas. Thomas, great reaction on the mound. That could have been a shift. Milbourne looks to the middle now. I wonder if there's a setting, Eric, in the managerial. I'm going to have to check that out later. So 1 out, no one on. Here comes Jim Rice, designated hitter. He's 0 for 1. Rice had 39 home runs in actuality and 6 so far in the replay. Thomas deals to Rice. Rice strikes out. Swing and a miss on the 2-2 count. Slider. So 2 outs, no one on. Here comes Pudge. Carlton Fisk, he's 1 for 1. He has doubled and scored a run. Stinson wiggles the fingers. Thomas nods his head. Here's the pitch to Fisk. Fly ball, left field. Bronze there. He makes the catch. Side retired. 1-2-3 go the Sox. 2 up for the Mariners. Top of the order, Collins, Reynolds, and Braun. To face Bill, Spaceman Lee. Collins 1 for 1. He had a bunt single. And when he rolled the dice, played the infield normal instead of bringing the corners in. So corners are in. Scott's in at first, Hobson in at third. Here's the pitch to Collins. Ground ball. Burleson comes across the second base bag, throws to first. Scott stretches, and they just get to Speedy Collins. 1 away. Here comes Harold Reynolds, excuse me. Craig Reynolds. He's 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. also a very good bunter. 7 out of 10. Corners in again for the Red Sox. Scott in at first, Hobson in at third. Lee gets a sign from Fisk. Here's the pitch to Reynolds. Ground ball foul. Down the first base line. The count now goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Red Sox play their infield normal. Lee takes a deep breath. Big leg kick. Here's the delivery. Reynolds swings. Ground ball to Burleson. He backhands it. Fires to Scott at first. 2 down. Burleson's been very busy at short. Now bring up Steve Braun. He's 0 for 1. Red Sox looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Lee works quickly. He sets in, delivers to Braun. Ground ball. Hobson. Scott. Side retired. You hold your breath every time the ball goes down to third and Butch Hobson. He's already made 1 error in the game, which cost the Red Sox a run. We go to the top of the 4th, 2-1 Boston. 2 up for the Red Sox. Lynn, Scott, and Hobson. Freddie Lynn, 1 for 1 with a run scored. Thomas toes the rubber, looks in at Stinson. He delivers to Lynn. Lynn swings, sends that ball to shallow center. Jones is there for the catch. 1 away. Here comes the boomer George, the boomer Scott. 1 for 1. He's knocked in a run with a single. Stinson goes through the signs. Thomas is ready. Here's the pitch to the boomer. Scott swings. That ball is deep. Left center field, but Braun makes the catch. So there's 2 outs, no one on. Here comes Butch Hobson. He's 1 for 1. He has knocked in a run. Eric from Higher Ground Gaming says, regarding Action PC Baseball 2018, I didn't see anything about a shift on the website under new features. No, but they're clearly shifting. It's really cool. So I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, but I showed Clinton Parks. I said, oh my God, early in the game. I said, I think they shifted. And Real World has joined us in the chat. How are you, my friend? He says, Sox 23-5. Red hot. Yes, they are. Pitching's been incredible so far early on. So here's Hobson on. 2 outs, no one on. Here's the pitch to Hobson. And he pops it up towards the second base bag. Reynolds, the shortstop, calls for it, makes the catch, side retired. Go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-1 Boston here in Seattle. 2 up for the Mariners. Meyer, Stein, and Jones. Myers 0 for 1, left-handed batting first baseman. Lee's ready to work. He deals to Meyer. Meyer swings, and that is a foul ball. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the animation. I know it's a foul ball now. Counts no balls, 2 strikes. That's a glitch in the program. 0-2 count. Lee looks in at Fisk. Nods his head. The windup and the pitch. And he strikes out Meyer. Swing and a miss on the big curveball. 1 away. Here comes Bill Stein, who made 1 heck of a catch down the third base line into the stands. Stein's 0 for 1. Lee on the hill, rubs up the baseball, toes the rubber, looks in, deals to Stein. Slow ground ball, short. Burleson comes across the bag, fires to Scott. 2 down. Burleson has been Johnny on the spot from the shortstop position. So 2 outs, no one on. The dangerous Rupert Jones comes to the plate. 0 for 1. Jones has 7 home runs so far in the replay. In actuality, had 24. 1 swing of the bat to tie this game up. A big windup by Bill Lee. He deals to Jones. Fly ball, center field. Lynn comes in a bit. And he looks up, and that ball's gone. 2-2. Rupert Jones crushes That hanging curveball, 392 feet. Holy cow. Lynn came in a bit and just turned and looked. So it's a 2-2 ball game. 2 outs, base is empty. Here comes the catcher, Bob Stinson. He's 0 for 1. Lee takes a deep breath out on that mound. Not really happy with himself. The windup and the pitch to Stinson. Ground ball to Doyle. Flips it to Scott. Side retired. But the Mariners tie it up on the Rupert Jones home run to center. 2-2. We go to the top of the 5th. 2 up for the Red Sox. Doyle in the top of the order. Burleson and Carbo. Denny Doyle. Sacrifice bunt his first time up. Thomas has gone 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 K for the Mariners. He deals to Doyle. Doyle swings, ground ball to Milbourne, over to Meyer, 1 down. Top of the order. The Rooster, Rick Burleson, has an 8-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 2 today. Stinson sets the target. Here's the pitch to Burleson. Fly ball. Left center field. Jones on the run. Makes the catch. 2 away. So 2 outs. No one on. Bernie Carbo steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He just got under a ball to right field that Smith caught right in front of the wall. And his first time up, he walked. Carbo's looking for a pitch. He can grip and rip, tee it high, let it fly. The windup. The overhand delivery by Thomas. Carbo swings, sends that ball to right. But he just got under it again. Smith makes the catch, side retired. Bottom of the 5th, 2-2 here at the Kingdome. 2 up for the Mariners. Smith, Milbourne, top of the order, Collins. Smith's 0 for 1 off Lee. Bill Lee, 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout. The first run came in due to the error by Hops, and the second one, home run by Jones. Here's the pitch to Smith. And Smith is called back. They're going to Leroy Stanton. Leroy Stanton, pinch hitter. 169, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. In actuality, 275, 27 home runs, 90 RBIs. So another dangerous batter here. He batted .363 off left-handed pitching. We're going to go with a pitch around, see if we get him to chase. Fisk sets the target. Here's the pitch to Stanton. And he walks. He will not chase. Go-ahead runs at first. Here comes Larry Milbourne. 0 for 1. Red Sox want to turn 2 up the middle with Burleson and Doyle. Fisk pounds that mitt. Sets the target. Here's the pitch to Milbourne. Ground ball. Burleson. Over to Doyle. He quickly turns. Throws to Scott. The Red Sox get that double play. 2 for 1. So 2 down, base is empty. Top of the order, here comes Dave Collins. Clutch piece of pitching by Lee. Nice play by Burleson and Doyle up the middle. Collins 1 for 2. Bunt base hit in the first. Corners move in. Hobson in at third, Scott in at first. Here's the pitch to Dave Collins. And he strikes him outside, retired. Double play really aided the Red Sox that inning. We go to the top of the 6th, still tied at 2 here in the Kingdome. Some late night or early morning baseball, depending where you're at. 2 up for Boston in this 2-2 game. Yastrzemski, Rice, and Fisk. If anyone gets on, Freddie Lynn. Yaz is 0 for 2. Thomas is ready to work. He deals to Yastrzemski. And he walks Yaz. Stinson wasn't happy with that call. He thought he had strike 2. Instead, it was ball 4. Go-ahead run at first. Yastrzemski 5 out of 10 base running ability. Meyer holding him on. Here comes Jim Rice. Rice is 0 for 2. Thomas looks to first. Now in at the plate. He deals to Rice. Okay, what happened there? Oh, that's pretty cool. That is, wow. So Stinson went out to have a mound visit. That's pretty funny. Okay, so what happened? And then he walks Rice. So that's interesting. I never seen that before. So that was a mound visit. And whatever they talked about didn't work because Thomas threw 4 consecutive balls after that. So go ahead, run in scoring position with Yastrzemski. Again, this is the first time I've played 2018 version of Action PC. Today's the first time. I played a exhibition game to get used to any changes, but I didn't see this stuff, and I just played a Mets game, and now we're playing the Red Sox. I like the changes. The one thing I wish they still had, and I said it in my first video, you used to be able to hover here, like by the name, and then another box would pop up and it'd tell you exactly what they did. Now you have to go down here. I mean, they always had this, and then you can also click here for the box score. I kind of don't like that. It's cumbersome. That's okay. That's my one little minor issue. So Fisk with a chance to put the Red Sox ahead again. 1 for 2. He has doubled and scored a run. Here's the pitch to Carlton Fisk. And they hit him! Whoa, so Thomas has come apart. On the mound, bases are loaded, no outs, and here's Freddie Lynn. No place to put Freddie. He's 1 for 2. He's knocked in a... He scored a run, excuse me. Had a single. Then to take. Ball 1, then to take again. So it's a 1 ball, 1 strike. Lynn steps back in the batter's box. He's ready to grip and rip now. No place to put Freddie. Thomas takes a deep breath on that mound. Nods his head. He deals to Lynn. And he popped him up. On the infield. Milborn makes the catch. Infield fly rule was called. So 1 out. Base is still loaded for the boomer George Scott. 1 for 2. RBI single. Here's the pitch to Scott. It's a ball gets by Stinson. Yastrzemski scores from third. Rice to third and Fisk to second. And that was a wild pitch. So Thomas has really come apart. It's now 3-2 Red Sox. First base open, 1 out. And they go back to a normal infield. Here's the pitch to the boomer. Scott sends a shallow fly by to center. Jones makes the catch. Rice goes back to try to bluff and tag up. 58% chance of scoring. We shall say no. We'll give Hobson a chance to knock these 2 runs in. Hobson's 1 for 2 today. RBI single. 2 outs. Rice at third. He's getting a pretty big lead off third. Fisk at second. Here's the pitch to Hobson. Fly ball to right. Stanton going back, makes the catch on the track side, retired. The Red Sox do get 1 on the wild pitch. 3-2 Boston. We go to the bottom of the 6th here at the Kingdom. 2 up for the Mariners. Reynolds, Braun, and Meyer. In the chat, we have Ken Castro. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well. Craig Reynolds, 1 for 2 today. He has a single. Red Sox will bring their infield corners in. Scott in at first, Hobson in at third. Reynolds a 7 out of 10 punter. Lee up to 69 pitches, good for 130. He's ready to work. He deals to Reynolds. Ground ball, and Lee has it go off his glove. That's his 2nd error of the game for Boston. Oh boy. Joe Dirtylocks has joined us in the chat. He says, good morning, Al. Hope all is well. Joe Dirtylocks, one of the nicest people you could ever meet on YouTube. And I had the good fortune of meeting Joe Dirtylocks live and in person. Not this past Comic-Con in Boston, but the Comic-Con before. I met him and his lovely wife, Katie Crow. Two wonderful people. I met his dad, his niece, his cousin, a friend. I told that story on my little, my show the other night, Joe. When I kept walking around looking for your booth, I kept asking the same people their booth number, and they like looked at me, and I said, I can't ask these people again. And I turned, and I saw Katie, and I went, Katie? And she went, Al? Anyway, Joe Dirty Locks is co-host on Phil the Issues Guy show, and also hosts Dirty Issues Gaming, which is the gaming channel for Phil the Issues Guy. That's the channel I spoke about on our little chat show yesterday, along with other channels. And I suggest you check them out. As Joe says, lies, all the good words I say about him are lies, and they're not. Joe is very nice. I like Joe. And Joe has the best rants. We also talked about that. So if you could do me a favor and check out Phil the Issues Guy and Dirty Issues Gaming, and it's a good channel, and they're very nice. And those are the type of people, when we had my little show yesterday, and the people in this chat were on that show, most of them, these are the channels I'm talking about that we should support, and not the poop that's out there. So, anyway, thank you very much, Joe, for jumping in chat. Hope you enjoy. Joe says, I think he means about Comic-Con, was across the way this year at the big space. Yeah, they moved it, right? I'm hoping to get up there next year. Just family issues. My mom not feeling well. Couldn't go this year. I really did. And I'm being honest with you, Joe. I told them in this, I do like a goofy show every once in a while. I call it Chat with Al. You can't say come chat with Al because you get whammy. So I changed it to Chat with Al, and I was telling the story about that just the other day. So good times. All right, back to the ball game here. Reynolds is at first. He reaches on the error by Bill Lee, and Braun comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Red Sox want to turn 2 up the middle. Doyle and Burleson. Scott holding Reynolds on. Good base runner, 7 out of 10. Here's the pitch by Lee. Ground ball to Burleson. Quickly goes to first for out number 1. No chance at turning 2. Reynolds is in scoring position now with 1 out. And here comes Dan Meyer. Meyer, the first baseman, 0 for 2. Does have some pop in his bat, though. Had 22 home runs in actuality in 77. The retro replay, 5. Derek from Higher Ground Gaming says, Al, just saw your pic with Joe. Googled it with Joe. Oh, it was lots of fun. Joe's a great guy. And Katie Crow's nice. I told you, I love the channel. My favorite time on that channel is when it's Phil, Joe, and Katie enjoying themselves, having fun, taking some phone calls. That was so much fun, and I feel lucky to meet people, nice people like that. And I actually got to meet Joe and Katie, and they're really nice people. Tying run at second base for the Mariners. Here's the pitch to Meyer. Fly ball. That ball is deep. Carbo goes back, looks up, and that ball is gone. Bill Lee gives up his second bye-bye birdie. A 2-run blast to Meyer, and the Mariners take the 4-3 lead. Lee throws the rosin bag down to the mound in disgust. Carbo just took a step, looked up, and wished the ball to come back, and it didn't. So 1 out, no one on. Here comes Bill Stein. He's 0 for 2. Red Sox get bullpen action up. Fisk has a word with Lee. Wants him to hang tough, get these last 2 outs. Fisk sets the target. Here's the pitch to Stein. Ground ball to Hobson. He makes a diving play. Pops up, throws to Scott, who stretches. Out number 2. What a play by Hobson. Again, you hold your breath every time the ball's hit down to him. But he would make some outstanding plays and then make the easiest plays into errors. He tormented me as a child. in 77 and 78. Eric in the chat from Higher Ground Gaming will tell you the same thing. Hobson would make the most incredible plays, and then the easiest play, he'd boot the ball or he'd throw it into the stands. So 2 outs, bases empty, 4-3 lead here for the Seattle Mariners. Here comes Rupert Jones, he's 1 for 2, he has a home run. Can he get number 2 off Bill Lee? And the Red Sox have gone into a shift. This is something new with this game, the 2018 version. I have not moved Denny Doyle, but you can see Denny Doyle has clearly, and I'm going to show you something, not that you guys care, but I'm going to click video replay. Look to see where Denny Doyle is. See, Denny Doyle's here. A great play by Hobson. And now look, so the computer's automatically shifting the players, which is kind of cool. I wish they'd let me do it, but that's still cool. And Joe Dirty Lock says, oh yeah, super live this. LOL. This is what I do, Joe. I do, you know, I do fake broadcasts, but I like doing it, so. I found a nice community of people. Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, Ken Castro, amongst others, Real World, Clinton Parks. Quick story about Joe and I. So I'm playing a video game called Guns, Gore, and Cannoli, because I can't sleep. It's like, and Joe jumps in my chat, and it's just like me and Joe, and he's chatting, and I'm talking to him on the PlayStation 4. And I get a troll. That's like the first troll I ever had, and it was hilarious. But Joe was there with me, and we pretty much bashed the bejesus out of the troll and won. So that was a fun. If you ever get a troll, you want Joe in there with you. So anyhow, back to the ball game. 2 outs, no one on. Here's the pitch to Rupert Jones. Fly ball deep center. Lynn goes back, makes the catch right at the wall. Jones just missed his second home run. We go to the top of the 7th. The Mariners retake the lead 4-3 thanks to the Meyer home run. Due up for the Red Sox, Doyle, Burleson, and Carbo. Comic-Con was fun. Eric from Higher Ground Gaming says, I really want to go to Comic-Con. Again, I'm not a big comic book person. My nephew and my brother-in-law are. I went because, I'm going to be honest, Joe Dirty Locks said he had a booth there. I said, it'd be cool to meet Joe. Phil wasn't there. That was it would have been cool to meet them both. And then William Shatner was there, and I got to take a picture with him, so that was fun. But the best part was meeting Joe and Katie. I got these 2 lovely comics, as I told you about yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Zulu and Spartacus, I have them in frames. I use them as artwork near my computer. It's pretty cool. Doyle's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch by Thomas, who's up to 93 pitches. He's good for 120. Doyle swings, and that's a single to left. So Denny Doyle goes the other way, tying run at first base. Joe Dirty Locks is just telling Eric from Higher Ground Gaming about Comic-Con. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Oh, Joe, Eric is a fellow Massachusetts native, just like ourselves. So Doyle at first, 6 out of 10 base runner. Here comes Rick Burleson. Normally I'd have him possibly bunt, even 3 out of 10. But he has an 8-game hitting streak on the line. 7 out of 10 hit and run. We're gonna let the Rooster swing away. Stinson sets the target. Here's the pitch to the Rooster. Will he crow? We shall see. Ground ball to Reynolds deep in the hole. He throws to Milburn for 1. Hard slide by Doyle breaks up the double play attempt. So the force out of Denny Doyle at second. Burleson's at first, and here comes Bernie Carbo. He has walked and has flown out deep twice to right field. Stanton's out in right field now, Leroy Stanton. 6 out of 10 range, 9 out of 10 arm. Carbo's 0 for 2. Thomas is ready to work. He deals to Bernie. Carbo swings, and that is a shot to right field. And Burleson goes first to third on the Carbo single. Red Sox have something going here top of the 7th. 1 out, runners on the corners. And here comes Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Thomas up to 105 pitches. Starting to labor a bit. He's good for 120. Yastrzemski's 0 for 2. Yaz digs in. He awaits the Thomas offering. Here it is. Yastrzemski swings, sends that ball deep to center field. Jones makes the catch, tagging up from third is Burleson, and this ball game is tied at 4. Carbo retreats back to first base. Ken Castro says, Joe, I'm the unwanted stepchild from Rhode Island, LOL. No, Ken's wonderful. Ken's an excellent gent. Ken's a good fella. An excellent writer, Joe. He's a professional writer. Good stuff. So Carbo's at first, 2 outs, he'll be off on contact. Go ahead run. Here comes Jim Rice. He is 0 for 2. Rice would love to go yard, give the Red Sox a 2-run lead. So it's 4-4 here at the Kingdome, top of the 7th, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Rice. Rice swings, that ball goes out to center field. Jones looks up, it's gone! Rice crunches the ball to center, and the Red Sox take a 2-run lead, 6-4. The power company is back in the house, folks. This 1977 Red Sox team, like I said, when I was a kid, they could mash the baseball. Couldn't pitch worth a lick, but they could mash a baseball. They would finish, I think, 2.5 games behind the Yankees, tied with Baltimore. And I'm not lying to you, if they had any pitching, they would have won that division. As Eric from Higher Ground Gaming says, I lived in the dark side for a few years. I think he's making a little jest of Rhode Island. Ken Castro says, I know, Eric, we chatted about this before, and I'm sorry you had the experience. Joe Dirtylock says he loves Rhode Island. Alright, so 2 outs, base is empty. The Red Sox have just retaken the lead on the 401-foot 2-run blast by Jim Rice, number 7 on the year for Rice. Can Carlton Fisk go back-to-back jacks? We shall see. Thomas delivers to Fisk. Ground ball to Stein. He makes a diving play. Throws to Meyer. Side retired. What a play by Stein at third. He's made 2 outstanding plays at the hot corner. So we go to the bottom of the 7th, 6-4 Red Sox. Bill Lee's up to 90 pitches. He's good for 130, but he has struggled. Fisk will try to baby him through this bottom of this 7th here. Get him through it. Stinson is 0 for 2. Lee's ready to work. The big windup, the leg kick. Here's the pitch. Stinson flies deep to center, leans back, he makes the catch at the wall. Wow. Lynn saved Lee there. Good catch by Freddie Lynn. Lee has been playing with fire, and here comes Leroy Stanton. Stanton walked his first time up. Fisk again pounds the mitt, imploring Lee to hit the target. Here's the pitch to Leroy Stanton. And that shot's going to drop in between Lynn and Carbo. Carbo is able to cut it off before it gets to the wall, holding Stanton to a single. Tying run comes to the plate, and Larry Milbourne. Milbourne not known for power, only 1 home run in the retro replay, only 2 in actuality. And I think we're going to... That's it. With 1 out, 1 on. Milbourne up in the top of the order coming up after him. I think we're going to go to the bullpen. We're going to go to Soup. That's a long save, though. That's a 7-out save. That's an 8-out save. What am I saying? I might go to Stanley. They got lefties coming up, and lefties hit Stanley pretty good. 248 switch hitter. Collins would then hit lefty. Then you have Reynolds and Braun, Meyer, all left-handers. But then we could go to Tom House. Of course, lefties hit him good too. The pitching was not good in 77. Bill Campbell was outstanding. That's about it out of the pen. They had about a 500 starting pitching staff. Bob Stanley was also outstanding out of the pen. No, that was in 78. I'm sorry. That was in 78. Sorry. Well, we're going to go to Stanley. Bob Stanley will come in out of the pen. He replaces Bill Lee. Bill Lee. His day is done. He's responsible for the runner at first. He went 6 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 home runs to Jones and Meyer, 1 walk, struck out 3. Red Sox want to turn 2 up the middle. Milbourne now switches, because he's a switch hitter. He switched to lefty. Rolling the dice here, hoping to turn 2 up the middle with Burleson and Doyle. Stanley's done with his warm-up tosses. Fisk gives him a quick word back behind the plate. Here's the pitch to Milbourne. Ground ball. Doyle flips to Burleson. Over to Scott. They get the double play. Side retired. So the Stanley Steamer induces the 2-for-1. We go to the top of the 8th. 6-4 Boston here in Seattle at the Kingdom. Due up for the Red Sox. Lynn, Scott, and Hobson. Let's quickly go to the chat. As Joe Dirtylocks has joined us. What a pleasure to have Joe Dirtylocks here, along with Ken Castro, Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, The Real World, Clinton Parks. Just a good time tonight, which has now become early Saturday morning. So here's Freddie Lynn. He's 1 for 3. He has singled and scored a run. The new pitcher for the Mariners is Bill Laxton. Laxton on the retro replay, 2 wins, 2 saves, no losses, 4.84. In actuality, 3 wins, 2 losses, 3 saves, 4.95. Lynn struggled against left-handed pitching in 77, 240. But very good defensive outfielder. Here's the pitch to Freddie Lynn. Lynn swings, and he drops a line drive in front of Stanton in right. So a leadoff single by Freddie Lynn. Important insurance run out there on first. Here comes George the Boomer Scott. And Scott wrecked left-handed pitching in 77. His actual number is 362. Meyer holding Lynn on at first. Here's the pitch to the Boomer. They throw over. Lynn gets back. He avoided the Meyer tag. Laxton looks to first. Now in at Stinson. Stinson sets the target. Here's the pitch to Scott. Scott swings and it's gone! The Boomer crushes a 2-run blast to left. The Red Sox are now up 8-4. As I stated, George the Boomer Scott crushed left-handed pitching in 77. And I shall be back in a moment. And we are back. Thank you for your patience. Alrighty, so here comes Butch Hobson. He'll lead off. Well, no, he's up after the Scott 2-run blast, excuse me. Doyle's on deck. Hobson's 1 for 3. He's knocked in a run. He's also made an error at third and also an absolutely fabulous play at third. That's the conundrum of Butch Hobson. Here's the pitch to Hobson. That ball's going deep. Braun goes back and makes the catch right at the wall. Hobson just missed a homer. So 1 out. Here's Denny Doyle. He's 1 for 2. He's singled. Lefty-lefty matchup. Might go to the bench here. Nah. We have Steve Dillard. Now, I think we'll stick with Doyle. Here's the pitch to Doyle. Doyle fly ball. Jones comes in a bit. Makes a diving catch. Wow, that ball was getting down much quicker than I thought. Jones makes a diving catch, robbing Denny Doyle of a base hit. So 2 outs, no one on. Here comes the Rooster at the top of the order, Rick Burleson. 8-game hitting streak in jeopardy. He's 0 for 4. Stinson's ready. Sets the target. Here's the pitch by Bill Laxton. Burleson swings and he line drive to center, and Jones is there. Johnny on the spot makes the catch. Burleson goes 0 for 5. His hit streak definitely looks in jeopardy. As Joe Dirtylocks and Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, I believe, are talking about music in the chat, so this is really nice. So Joe Dirtylocks has joined us in the chat, excuse me. And see, you never know. That's why you have to check out other people's channels, even if it's not something that. Now, we're predominantly a sports gaming community, but I always say check out those other channels. Broke Blackman 94, Phil the Issues Guy, JD, Dirty Issues Gaming with Joe and Taka. You're gonna meet some nice people, you know. All right, so Bob Stanley back out on the mound, top of the order for the Mariners. Collins, Reynolds, and Braun. Collins 1 for 3. Red Sox bring their corners in. Hobson in at third, Scott in at first. Here's the pitch by Stanley. Ground ball to Burleson. He gobbles it up and throws to Scott for out number 1. So Burleson not getting a hit has not affected the Rooster at short. It's been stellar. And now here comes Craig Reynolds. He's 1 for 3. Red Sox with an 8-4 lead. The windup and the pitch by Stanley. Reynolds ground ball back to Stanley. He throws to Scott. 2 up, 2 down. Bill Campbell warming up in the pen. And here comes Steve Braun. He's 0 for 3, left-handed batting. Left fielder. Stanley gets a sign from Fisk. Fisk sets the target. The windup and the pitch to Braun. Line shot to Yastrzemski in left. He makes the catch. 1, 2, 3, go the Mariners. We go to the top of the 9th here at the Kingdome. 8-4 Boston. Due up for the Red Sox, Carbo, Yastrzemski, and Rice. Carbo 1 for 3. Laxton back out on the mound for the Mariners. It's gone 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 earned runs. A 2-run blast by the Bloomer George, the Bloomer Scott. Here's the pitch to Carbo. Carbo, fly ball, right field. Stanton's there, makes the catch, 1 away. Yastrzemski comes to the plate. Captain Carl's 0 for 2. He does have an RBI and a run scored, though. Stinson sets the target. Here's the pitch to Yastrzemski. Ground ball to Milborn. Over to Meyer. 2 up, 2 down. As Clinton Parks has rejoined us in the chat from, I don't know, a sabbatical. Where were you, Clinton? Just kidding. Clinton says, been listening, nothing to grab a history book about. Oh, Clinton. Joe Dirtylock says, really glad we met you, Al. My pleasure all mine, my friend. And Clinton says, found your Twitter page. Mind if I add my name to your followers? I believe he's talking about Joe Dirtylocks. So 2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Jim Rice, 1 for 3. His one hit was a 2-run blast. Here's the pitch to Rice. Oh, Lord, that's going deep to left. Braun looks up, and it's gone. Jim Rice gets his second, 9-4 Red Sox. The Power Company. 77 Sox could mash the ball. Here comes Fisk. He's 1 for 3. Laxton is shell-shocked out on the mound. Stinson goes out to have a word with him. Now back behind the plate. Here's the pitch to Pudge. And Pudge walks. Here comes Freddie Lynn. Lynn's 2 for 4 today. 2 outs. Fisk will be off on contact. 9-4 Red Sox. Top of the 9th. Laxton gets the sign. He sets and delivers to Lynn. Lynn sends a fly ball to center. Jones is there, makes the catch. Side retired, but not before. Another home run by Jim Rice. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 9-4 Red Sox. Red Sox 3 outs away from a 24-5 record to start off his 1977 retro replay. Meyer, 1 for 3, will be followed by Stein and Jones for the Mariners. Stanley's ready, up on that mound, gets a sign from Fisk, he deals to Meyer. And they're going to go to a pinch hitter. Lopez, Carlos Lopez. 296, 3 home runs, 16 RBIs. In actuality, 283, 8 home runs, 34 runs batted in. Lopez steps in the batter's box. He awaits the Stanley offering. Here it is. Fly ball to center. Lynn is there, makes the catch. Lopez just got under that. 1 away. Here comes Bill Stein. He's 0 for 3. Stanley's ready to work. He deals. And again they go to the bench. Jose Baez, 316. No home runs, 1 RBI. In actuality, 259. 1 home run, 17 RBIs. Baez steps into the batter's box. Fisk wiggles his fingers. Stanley nods his head. Here's the pitch to Baez. Ground ball to Burleson. Over to Scott, out number 2. Baez hit the ball like Joan Baez, so there's 2 down, no one out, and here comes Rupert Jones, representing the last hope for the Seattle Mariners to extend this game. Jones is 1 for 3. His one hit was a home run off Bill the Spaceman Lee. Stanley peers in at Fisk. Red Sox in a shift. You can see Doyle over here. They've shifted to the right. Jones awaits the Stanley delivery. Here it is. Line shot to Freddie Lynn in center. He makes the catch. Ball game over. The Red Sox end up crushing the Mariners 9-4 here at the Kingdome. Let's go to the box score. Before, as always, what we do on my station, before we go to the box score, I'd like to say thank you to the people in the chat. I'd like to say thank you to Ken Castro, Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. Check out Higher Ground Gaming, great channel. Lots of retro replay stuff like I do. He has the Carl Yastrzemski career replay along with Larry Bird, Rob Gronkowski, And Bobby Orr, score number 4, Bobby Orr. One of the nicest sports people you could ever meet, Bobby Orr. We also had Clinton Parks in the chat. Check out his channel, Clinton Parks. Joe Dirtylocks. It's always a pleasure to see my good friend Joe Dirtylocks. He is the co-host of Fill the Issues Guy. And if you haven't checked out Fill the Issues Guy, they do movie, TV reviews, the best guitar player reviews. Sometimes they even chat a little sports. Joe's a big Patriots fan. He also is the host of Dirty Issues Gaming, and that's with Joe Dirtylocks and Taka. And Phil's on there too sometimes playing video games, but Joe's on there a lot. He does a lot of Friday the 13th stuff. It's kind of funny. It's basically a violent version of hide and go seek. But good stuff. Thank you very much, Joe, for stopping in. Greatly appreciate that. And we also had The Real World. Thank you. And I think I got everybody. And if I didn't, I apologize, but I think I got everyone who jumped in the chat. And if you're watching along and you don't jump in the chat, that's fine. But feel free to jump in the chat. It's a very nice community. As Joe says, no, thank you, Al. Joe, it's always a pleasure, my friend, along with everyone else. I enjoy the community we have. I plug the community. I don't know how many times you watch, nor do you have, but I'm always plugging the community. I just did a show, literally, about all the people I follow and why you should follow them. So, Clinton Parks is another fun game. It was. Clinton, you're a Red Sox fan. What are your thoughts on the 77 team in reality? I think if they had any pitching, I know I've said it a gazillion times, if they had any pitching in 77, they would have won that division. They just could mash the ball. Alrighty, let's get to it and we'll call it a stream. Bill Lee gets the win. Struggled. He went 6 1/3. He's now 4-1. 5 hits, 4 runs. Only 2 of them earned, though. There were 2 errors. One was his own. One was Hobson's. He gave up 2 home runs to Meyer and Jones. A walk, struck out 3. Bob Stanley gets the save. He went 2 2/3 of scoreless innings. He didn't walk anyone. Didn't give up any. He didn't strike out anyone. Save number 2 for Stanley. Thomas gets the loss. His struggles continue for the Mariners. 1 win, 6 losses in 7 innings. Pitched 7 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned. 1 home run, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. Laxton came in, and he did not provide relief. 2 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. 2 home runs, 1 to Rice, 1 to the Boomer, George Scott, as you can see up here. Rice was 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. George the Boomer Scott, 2 for 4, a home run, 3 RBIs. For the Mariners, Rupert Jones, 1 for 4, a home run. Meyer, 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer. Quickly go to the box score. For batting, the Red Sox, Rick Burleson's hit streak came to an end. He was 0 for 5 with a run scored. Carbo, 1 for 4 with a run scored and a walk. Yastrzemski 0 for 3, a run scored, an RBI, and a walk. Jim Rice 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs, a walk, and a K. Pudge, Carlton Fisk 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. Lynn, second game back off of injury, 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored. George the Boomer Scott 2 for 4, 3 RBIs, and a run scored. He had a homer. Rice had 2 homers. Hobson had an error, a great play, a single, and an RBI. He was 1 for 4. Denny Doyle 1 for 3. In total, the Red Sox in victory, 35 at-bats, 9 runs, 10 hits, 8 RBIs, 4 walks, 1 K, 1 double, and 3 home runs. For Seattle, they fall to defeat. The record now goes to 14 wins, 23 losses. Collins, 1 for 4. His 1 hit, a bunt single in the first. 1 run scored, a strikeout. Reynolds, 1 for 4 with a run scored. Braun, the left fielder, 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Meyer, 1 for 3, a home run. It was a 2-run blast. He also struck out. Lopez, the pinch hitter, 0 for 1. Stein, the third baseman, 0 for 3. Baez, the pinch hitter for Stein, 0 for 1. Rupert Jones in center, 1 for 4 with a run scored and a RBI. He had a home run. Stinson, the catcher, 0 for 3. Smith, Stanton, and Melbourne amongst them combined, they were 1 for 5, and that's Stanton. Had a pinch hit, and he walked. In total, in defeat, the Mariners 32 at-bats, 4 runs, 5 hits, 3 RBIs, 1 walk, 3 Ks, 2 triples. Go back to the chat real quick. Clinton Park says, pitching was an issue in 77. Starters couldn't get it done. You are right. They're about 500. Was brought up. Oh, Don Ossie. Yeah. Was brought up too late and went to California for Remy. Big mistake back then. That's a very interesting point, Clinton. I was young. I didn't even think of that. They did trade Don Ossie for Remy, and he was a pretty decent pitcher. Remy turned out okay, too, though. That's a really good point, Clinton. And Clint says to everyone, be careful going out tomorrow. Weather about ready to dry. Yeah, it's going to be a skating rink. All right, so let's go to the recap quick, and we'll call it a stream. I'll probably come back and play something else, but I don't know if I'm going to stream it. I might stream it. Who knows? I can't sleep, so it doesn't matter. All righty. Seattle scored first in the first inning. 1 run on 2 hits and an error. Error by who? Butch Hobson. Stein hit a grounder, scoring a run, E5 to take the lead 1-0. In the second, the Red Sox sent 7 batters to the plate, scoring 2 runs on 4 hits. George the Boomer Scott singled, scoring Fisk. They tied the ball game at 1. Hobson made up for his error, singled, scoring Lynn. The Red Sox took a 2-1 lead. In the fourth, the ball game would be tied up on the Rupert Jones solo shot, 2-2. Red Sox come back in the sixth. They score 1 run on 2 walks. Yastrzemski scored on a wild pitch by Thomas, who basically imploded that inning on the mound, and the Red Sox took a 3-2 lead. The Mariners retook the lead in the bottom of the sixth. They scored 2 runs on a hit and an error. This time the error was by the pitcher, Bill Lee, not helping his own cause. Meyer hit a 2-run blast. The Mariners went up 4-3. In the seventh, the Red Sox scored 3 runs on 3 hits and took the lead for good. Yastrzemski hit a fly ball, scoring the runner from third. They tied it up at 4. Rice hit a 401-foot 2-run blast, number 7 on the year, and the Red Sox took a 6-4 lead. In the eighth, the Sox scored 2 more runs on 2 hits. George the Boomer Scott hit a 2-run homer, made it 8-4. The Red Sox started pulling away and putting nails in the Mariners' coffin. And the final nail came in the top of the ninth. Jim Rice hit his 2nd home run, solo blast, 9-4 Red Sox, Rice's 8th home run of the year, and that's the way the ball game would end. Scott 2 for 4, a home run, 3 RBIs for the Red Sox. Rice 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs scored for Boston. Bill Lee got the win. He struggled but got the win. Pitched 6 1/3. He's now 4-1. Bob Stanley got the 2 2/3 inning save, and that was his 2nd save of the year. Stan Thomas's struggles continue for the Mariners. He earns his 6th loss. So this is Al Red Sox fans saying, the Boston Red Sox in my 1977 retro replay are now 24-5. The Mariners dropped to 14-23. In this replay, I play as the Mets in the National League and the Red Sox in the American League. So once again, thank you for watching. Ooh, the Cubs the Bears is in the chat. The Great White Shark has popped up. My good friend, the Cubs the Bears. He says, I'm not working, Al. Do another. I think I am. I'm going to do the 19 because I've won a couple of games. So I'm going to play my 1960 Red Sox out of the ballpark, my open world, and I'll probably lose. But I feel like playing a little Teddy Williams, so I'll come back with that. We'll have a triple header. So once again, the Red Sox win 9-4. The Power Company, that's my nickname for them. Just tremendous power hitting team. This is going to be a fun retro replay. So thank you very much to everyone who jumped in the chat. Greatly appreciate it when you're watching, whether you watch now or later. Check out the channels that I subscribe to, and they're good people, such as Higher Ground Gaming with Eric, Mr. Brody, and Miss Mag, Clinton Parks, ID Gesture, Phil the Issues Guy, and his gaming channel with Joe Dirtylocks, Dirty Issues Gaming, Broke Black Man 94, What's Blazing in Sports, great boxing channel, JD, Tabletop Baseball, Baseball Demos, RNGDIP with Craig, Stratomatic Delaware with Chris, and I'm going to forget people, Espo Strat Sports Network. Just go to my channel, check out my related channels, my featured channels, then go, and when you go to those other channels, check out their related channels, their featured channels. If I miss someone, I apologize. We're a nice community, bunch of good people. These are the people you should support. Even if it's not something you don't think you like, go buy them, give them a like, check them out. Like I stated on Wednesday in my rant about supporting good people, and we had fun. We had about a 3-hour stream. It was a lot of fun. You're going to come across things you didn't think you'd like, and you're going to like them. So, anyway, I'll be back in about 5 minutes with an Out of the Ballpark 1960 retro replay. That's an open world, different than my Action PC replays. Open world, Teddy Williams last season. So thank you very much for watching. Health, happiness. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye. God bless and peace.